can do pictures. I haven't done that yet. That's another project. Videos. Let's go here. My daughter watches a lot of cartoons, so I've got Dr. Seuss, and as you can see, it starts up there. But one thing I really like is under the program section. I use MythPBX. Great little program. I use two things in conjunction with MythPBX. I use Yahoo Pipes to take multiple playlists of, say, a topic. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Go into my, oops, not playlists. Go into my favorites, and here's my daughter's. My daughter's 3 years old. Here's her cartoons I pull off YouTube. This is I take multiple feed playlists of Donald Duck and Chip and Dale cartoons, and take Google's GData iris feed link, and then use Yahoo Pipes to take multiple playlists of Donald Duck and Chip and Dale, and it merges, it pulls from each GData playlist link, and then outputs into one list. So I've got, say, 6 or so Donald Duck playlists in one pipe, and it spits out in a second here. And week, there we go. 164 uploaded videos of Donald Duck from YouTube. Okay. And one really nice feature Xbox Media Center that I like is since there's so many in this list, I don't want to, each time the video stops, I don't want to come over here and pick up my remote and start the next one manually. So there's a nice little feature. If I hit the right arrow right here, once I'll get the menu for more options, and then go down to the play option and select default player auto next. Right? It'll start on this video that's highlighted. I'm going to turn the sound off. My daughter's sleeping. And we'll go to the next video in line without having me to manually press the next button on the remote. So it'll go straight down that list until I bring the remote over, clicking the stop button to stop it, from auto going to the next video in the list. So that's kind of nice if I'm, doing some, cooking dinner for my daughter, whatever. Don't have to manually have to start the next video. It also has, I've kind of customized the playlist, our favorites list here, but content beyond content of anything you can think of. That's the only downfall I see to MythPBX, is that there's so much of the content, it's not really searchable to my knowledge. These playlists aren't searchable from the app, to my knowledge, that it's hard to actually find the content you actually like without having to go through each playlist and kind of, going through each one and finding out what you like, what you don't like, that kind of thing. Now, if there is a solution to that I don't know about, be sure to, comment, in the video section on YouTube, and let me know if there's any pointers on that. But MythPBX is a big favorite of mine in Xbox Media Center. One other thing here, before I forget, that I use a lot, or starting to use, in my not my remote control, but my controller for game controller isn't hooked up yet, but I use Executor on this and made a small script for each game. It just launches Mupen 64 Plus via script with a few options in it to launch the game. Let's put this on mute for a second. And this is launching a game there. It's supposed to anyways. There we go. But again, this goes back to, well, how do I stop that game? Well, hit the red button here. Alright, never mind. That's not going to work right now. Let's try this again. The script's not running right now. Well, anyways, normally the red button would kill that window without having to use a remote desktop. I probably have to reboot the box. Sometimes it gets a little flaky, but so yeah, that's how that works. So let's go into Boxy real quick. Now, I really like Boxy. There's a lot of downfalls to it, which is the reason why I haven't switched to it 100%. I thought I had MythPBX in here. Let's go to apps here. Yep. Well, anyways, I can't find it right now, but MythPBX, I believe, is somewhere installed as an app in Boxy. One large problem I see with Boxy, with MythPBX, is that it doesn't have the auto next play in the list, auto next feature like Xbox Media Center has to start playing the next video in line automatically, which in my case I find kind of annoying if I want to, play the next video in line without having to pick up the remote. There is word that that will come up in the next version of Boxy Box for the Linux port for it. So I'm hoping that eventually gets worked out. Trying to think of anything else here. Now, I'll go ahead and put the specs of this box. It's not the most powerful machine in the world. It's a dual-core AMD Athlon processor with 3 gigs of RAM. I'm going to be upgrading that pretty soon. Typically, using Xbox Media Center, playing a video, using the remote, and on a phone call, usually uses up about a gig of RAM. So usually, on average, about 2 gig free in the box. So that's kind of how that works. I'd show you some of the other features, but I don't have a lot of it set up right now, like the music source. I have to transfer my MP3s into my terabyte drive in this box, and some of the pictures. But I've got the weather set up. I'm in Michigan, so it's freezing here. But that's about it. If you have any other questions, throw a comment in for my video. I'll try to get back to you, but that's kind of how I've set it up. Now, before I go, that's the rig down there. The case sucks, I know, but it's the only thing I had laying around, and I was kind of tight on a budget, so I kind of grabbed spare parts. Video card's a 512. Asus, I forget the model, 512 megs RAM on the card. So I don't use onboard video for doing this kind of thing. Otherwise, the video would lag, and any kind of streaming media would not be happy. So, anyways, that's my video. If you have any comments or questions, let me know, or if you have any new suggestions or tricks of the trade kind of thing, let me know in the comments. Peace.